CEOs like Lloyd Blankfein from Goldman Sachs, Dan Cathy from Chick-fil-A, Tim Cook from Apple, Mark Benioff from Salesforce, and even corporate leaders like Sheryl Sandberg, who aren't CEOs, have been speaking out about social issues that don't always have a lot to do with the bottom line of their companies. This has sort of been a departure from how we've seen companies interacting with the political process in the past. We're all familiar with companies lobbying for favorable regulations or corporate social responsibility campaigns that benefit the bottom line and the planet. But here we see CEO activism, which is something quite different. And so Mike Toffel at Harvard Business School and myself were interested in finding out the impact of CEO activism. That is, when Tim Cook speaks out against the Religious Freedom Restoration Act in Indiana, or when Mark Benioff speaks out against North Carolina's HB2, what's the impact on hearts, minds, and wallets? So we ran an experiment on Civic Science, a market research platform, to try to figure out whether Tim Cook's statements specifically on Indiana's religious freedom law actually had an impact on public opinion and on people's willingness to buy Apple products. What happened was actually pretty surprising. It turns out Tim Cook didn't shape public opinion or shift it any more than a typical politician or another CEO. He did have some influence, but it wasn't different than the other individuals that were in our study. Where the effect of Tim Cook really did show up was in people's willingness to buy Apple products. It turned out that people who agreed with Cook on same-sex marriage, for example, were much more likely to support buying Apple products after they heard what Tim Cook had to say about Indiana's controversial religious freedom law. That all stands to reason that, in the end, CEO activism might not be about moving the needle on how people think, but might be rallying supporters to their side who actually get excited about buying the product.